A week's worth of blocking, tackling, and drills for 8 teams at the Camp of Champions culminated with 3 hours of full-on scrimmaging on Thursday at Valley Central. Coaches were looking to see which players would step up and become this fall's stars and team leaders. Probably no coach was as anxious to see how the week played out more than Warwick's James Sierra. Warwick has to replace star quarterback John Garcia, who threw for a Section 9 record 2,754 yards and 26 touchdowns last season in leading the Wildcats to the Class AA title game. Brendan Waters and Phil Goska had to prove this week who could step in as the starter. All right, you've had a week to look at your 2 new quarterback candidates. How do you think the camp went?
I think they both played well. You know, we had some tough things. You know, we put in. They had their ups and downs. It's going to take us watching some film and going back and doing some evaluations to figure out who the actual starter is going to be. But by the end of next week, we should know.
Now, these guys are following the footsteps of a pretty efficient quarterback you guys had last year. What kind of obstacles do they face trying to live up to that?
I mean, there's pressure, and that pressure goes pretty much for everybody when you play at Warwick. We've made the AA playoffs every year it's been in existence, and last year playing in a section championship game comes with a lot of pressure. And when you're the quarterback, you're in the spotlight, and all that pressure's on you. And with John setting the record for passing yards last year and moving on to college, these guys have some pretty big shoes to fill. But I think we'll be all right.
So you guys have been working all week here, and you're kind of in Warwick's looking to replace their star quarterback from last year, and you're one of the candidates. How's it been going so far this week?
It's been going pretty good. I think this camp has been really good, one of the best we've had over the past couple of years. And this scrimmage day is one of the best they've had in a while, so we're looking pretty good this year. And the camp's been going great.
And now, what are you trying to show the coaches this week to help your cause? What are you trying to do here?
I'm just trying to show them that I can step up and be a leader and perform on the field when it needs to happen.
You're in the competition to replace a great quarterback from last year. How would you assess this week?
It's not bad. We're having a good week at camp, working hard. Coach is getting us prepared for the season. And me and Brendan Waters are having a good competition, trying to get the starting job.
I asked Brendan the same thing. You guys are going to step in a spot where you guys were real successful last year. How does that affect your mental approach to the game?
Obviously it's going to be tough replacing an all-star quarterback like John, but you can't let that get to you. You got to just play to your strengths and do what you can do.
Another team dealing with an important transition is perennial powerhouse Monroe Woodbury. Bernie Connolly, a longtime assistant coach, takes over this year for Pat DeLiso, who stepped down after last season, leaving with a Section 9 record 194 victories. This change in head coaches should go smoothly for the Crusaders, who have won 7 of the last 8 Section 9 Class AA titles. Connolly played a huge role while coaching with DeLiso, who has returned as offensive coordinator, so there most likely won't be any drastic changes. Coach, you've been here a lot of years, but this was your first time as the guy, with the head coach title. How do you think the week went for you?
The week went very well for us, but the head coach, it doesn't matter. Everything's the same philosophy, same expectations. And then we came in with being pretty young, just with the idea of getting better and finding out who can play or who's in the right spot, who's in the wrong position. What do we have to do to get better by next August?
Is it any different being the guy who's got to give the talk after practice, or is that something you've been used to anyway?
No, pretty much. Pat's always shared it pretty equally. He probably would have been there giving his talk, but he was on his way to school. If you saw our huddle, all our coaches get to talk. It's not just one guy.
Ready. Shove. One, towards, go. One, towards.
Take that, Sadler.
No extra point, no extra point. Go, Joven!